There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever. An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated and shameful. A ball of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness of them.
Ex-love, ex-tenderness. It is foolish of you to resurface to the loss. Not after all the damage you suffered to get here. Some of it irreversible. Stay. Sail with me through the abyss of pelagic zone. Do you really?
You wouldn't like it if I told you what was back there. Why'd you think you had to bludgeon yourself into oblivion? Or did you not sense yourself marinate?
Fear and apprehension. You should ask what's out there first.
There's this giant ball there. An evil apes. And the evil apes are juking it out on the ball. You're one of them. It's basically all just evil apes. You can't even make out it's a ball when you're joking it out. It's that large. Infinitesimally small. Vying for resources is just a stupid expression you picked up somewhere. The part of the presentation you want to take home with you is this. You have to beat the other evil apes in the face. Or you lose.
Somewhere in the sore, bloated man, like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again.
You can take it. You're a champion.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache. A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your...
This fan has two chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly or has it been consigned there as punishment? You feel as though this creature is your friend and wants to reattach itself to your neck so that you may continue your adventures together in this strange world. You reach out to grab the tie, but what's this? This is bad. Feels like sharp stones grinding in your... for quite a long, still ongoing. Finally, the pressure recedes. You find yourself covered in... The blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now. You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap. It's released from the blade. Warning, warning, the necktie is no longer contained. What you have in your hand is a fantastically colorful tie with 4 or 5 different patterns. A terrible mistake Turn the lights off immediately. You can practically feel the photons burning a hole in your brain. The lights are off. You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your fleet. It says whirling in rags on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on the... The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. The morning light hurts your eyes. It's hazy, but you see the ocean and some war-torn buildings. What do you mean, assess the damage? How would you do that? What are you even trying to do? A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off. Hot water sprays from the base and steam covers the mirror. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor. Really, all recollection of the person you are, the people in your life, and even the world you're in has drowned in a sea of blood alcohol. This was no mere night of drinking. It was a deluge of world. As you slowly abort, you clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it. Yeah, there is definitely something wrong with it. Where to even begin? There is the bloatedness, then the swollenness. It's like there's an upholstery of alcohol underneath your skin. It's not. It's swollen and snail-like, wriggling between your fingers. Bet you are. Your nose feels like a small balloon in the middle of your face. It hurts when you honk it. It doesn't appear to be a particularly tiny nose either. Not with all the drinks it's absorbed. Don't be scared. It's only your face. It's not like anyone.
Hello, officer.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips.
No.
There's only one solution to this. You're a businessman. The young woman shakes her head.
No. You're a police officer, sir. I'm not Unless you've been shitting us. You've been here for 3 days. On official police... Couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking. Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer.
A glib remark. Don't let it stand. Assert yourself. Retreat is not a winning tactic.
Could it be because of the drinking? Of course. Be careful, officer. They don't like the police around here.
She looks back at you, a light glinting off her.
Goodbye.
You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul. Utterly. And it needs to be heard through a PA system. By other people. You have not yet stumbled on the right lamentation, but it's out there. It'll come to you. You will wreak havoc with it. Serves them right. Wipe that smirk off their face with your sad, tragic song. You have to find something tragic to sing first, though. A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting us. That was disdain in his eyes. Even now he's purposely ignoring you.
Oh no, you're a hero. A real hero.
Could the massive property damage upstairs have anything to do with this?
Am I? Or did you ride in, take the body down, solve the murder, and not trash my hostel room? No, you see, actually, you didn't. You haven't done anything even remotely useful since you... No, I haven't seen you around. I'm not always here.
A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs. One of its wings broke. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it. Something about it makes you feel bitter.
Look, your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead.
Hello, sweetie. You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot as you approach. If an assault were launched on this building right now, if the windows came crashing down and the whole world descended upon you, this man would hurl himself in death's way to save you. You are sure of this, but why?
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he's waiting for you. This is your chance to come up with a really good name for yourself. Get creative. Conceptualize. Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your name should be deep gold and orange, like a forest fire looming on the horizon, but mixed with the stench of liquor rising from your breath. You're 2 steps closer to it, but...
Okay then. It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here? If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews? Okay, we'll have time for that. Have you removed the dead body from the tree? So,
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice.
where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner. I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But if you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby. But as I said, the dead body should be our #1 concern. After you, officer.
If you're about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have a badge?
You mean you don't have a badge? Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can...
The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns.
Mr. Gart, right? You run this place.
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
Fantastic.
Right. Now, I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene. It also took you a while to call us and report the dead body. It was you who played...
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
You said you just got here. From where?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the...
But you still know your way around, yes?
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective, I have everything. You? The body was behind the building, right? How do we get there?
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoist...
And how do we...
See that door there? Go out and turn right. There's a big hole in the fence.
Are you supposed to feel guilty about the hole?
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 100...
No one is saying the multi-pattern necktie you found tied to the ceiling fan can talk. No one. It must...
Let's bail! Time to push the eject button! Sounds like a responsibility! You don't like those!
Oh, excuse me. You owe me 130 real.
The IIR, or Inter-Isolary Real, is the global reserve currency. Whatever part of the world you're in right now,
Wow, you're a genius. Yes, that's right, money.
Who does that clown think he is? Arrest him!
What are you, a philosopher? Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room, or 8 bottles of potent blend, and 9 packs of Royal Extra. Yes, it is. No, you see, that's 40 cents. Cents are a form of currency 100 times smaller than the real. I'm not even going to take this. Come back when you have 130 real.
He stands silent. Isn't it evil? The order of magnitude between what is asked of a person and what they have.
It does, doesn't it?
There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi. That's cop 4. I haven't offered to pay because I don't have any money either.
I'm sorry, but he has to pay. I can't let him stay here any...
Officer, maybe you're better off working this from home for now. You live in Jamrock, right? It's not that far away. Officer, you really need to take this up with your station. I have a shortwave radio in my car. Call them.
Good luck.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, but you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere. You don't really know, do you? A vague, blackened image doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay. You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you get the time. Maybe... Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork vapor emanates from the large engine on the back of the vehicle. It has a... This must be the infernal machine that tore you from oblivion. In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel. The frequency tableau lights up, and a green button labeled Prime Line. The soft purr of electrical kittens. Radio waves cast far and wide over the metropolis. A woman's voice greets you through the stack.
This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant.
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st Precinct here. I'm putting him on.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Just a second, officer.
10-2, 10-5. This is 41st. Come in. Over.
A scrawny old man sits in a dusty cubicle, smoking, with a large white rectangle sewn on his vest. In front of him is a box-shaped apparatus. The man uses relay code. You've got this. Europe.
10-4, message received. 10-5, relay message. What's your state? 10-18, state your message, sir. 10-9, over. 10-4, message received. This is a very serious... Is
it him? What does he want?
Says he lost his badge and needs to report it.
He what? He lost his badge?
Who lost his badge?
Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think?
It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
Dick Mullen is not your name. It's the name of a fictional detective who would not defend yourself. Immediately, they're laughing at you.
10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you are in pursuit of your misplaced badge.
Fuck me! Mac, come here! You've got to hear this!
What's going on?
Super Cop here lost his badge.
He lost his
badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge.
He asks you to please stop saying he lost.
Why? Did he find it?
Sergeant Orson was wondering if you found your badge yet.
You don't have a comeback. Sorry. It's hard to think.
He's not replying. Looks like he's still looking for it. 10-9, come again. I didn't get that. Over.
New heights even for Captain Sober.
Ask him. Ask him.
Sergeant Orson wants to know.
Check your pockets. Check your... Holy fuck. You don't know where it is, do you? Okay, it's gone.
Don't sweat it, Bratan! You don't need a gun to have fun!
10-9, come in, officer. Did you get my question? 10-1, you're breaking up. 10-9, repeat. 10-9, come in, officer. Over. Come in, officer. 10-9, repeat message, please. Did you misplace your firearm?
The silence is almost deafening.
That did not go well. I guess the important... Did we need anything else here?
A metallic drawer slides...
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case.
He's clearly a little protective of his tools. But what can you do? Work is work. It's robust, weatherproof, and lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise miss. The pry bar feels nice and cold, useful for opening all sorts of doors. The handles are long. The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering levers, and the...
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Of course. What is the number, officer?
Yes, hold on. Her number is...
Received. Hold on.
Give it a minute. She might be busy at the moment.
Just wait.
Officer, I have Sylvie Malaika on the line for you. Yes, hello? Oh, right. Hello, officer. What?
You can hear resentment in her tone. There is no resentment in her tone. She wants you to ask her out. No question about it.
No, not me. No, sorry. I don't. Not a lot of people have phones around here. People don't have the money to have the cables put in again.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
Yeah, go on. You mean, why did I leave the bar? Honestly, I'm not really comfortable discussing it with you, sir. Maybe, I don't know. I just know I have to take some time off right now. Yes, I know who you are. You're a police officer. The law. You told me back in the whirling. Oh.
Real policemen have uniforms too, by the way. Where's yours? He's in plain clothes. Volunteer. There are officers who wear the signature Perseus black uniforms to the highest ranks in the RCM and end up buried in them as well. Others do it more
I do hope so. Please, don't call me again. Bye.
Yes, you have obviously done something to upset her at the whirling.
I'm not mad, it's just... You were so drunk and so emotional all the time, and then the skewer thing happened. It just made me want to... Yes, obviously. You were the worst client I've ever... I've had sailors fighting, union guys grabbing my ass, kids stealing booze. Once a guy was glued to the carriage. Well, you were worse than all of them. Even about little things like not turning down the volume at 3 a.m. I even liked one of those songs you kept listening to on repeat. No more. We Go On by the O.O. I can't listen to it anymore. You to hell with that song. Then there was your room. Your project. An experiment to see how bad it can get in there. I tried to send the cleaner, but you wouldn't let me. Threatened to make me, and then screamed something about how you're a piece of shit human being, and why does anyone even let you work as a policeman, that you'd fire yourself. And then I had to deal with your toilet, the one you clogged with police documents. I won't even mention you waving your gun around, harassing customers, threatening to sing karaoke. Damn it, I don't remember what I did to your damn papers. Especially when there's a hurricane loose. It's your fault for...
Something in you wants to immediately forget about this, as if there was a reason you threw them away.
No, you really weren't. You were simply the worst. God, I knew I shouldn't have brought it up. Just try not to call me again, and let's pretend it never happened.
You hear a sigh of relief on the other end.
Anything else I can help you with, officer? 57's over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers. Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
This is precinct. Just
10-4, come in, officer. Over. 10-4, I hear you.
What does he want?
He's asking for money.
Is he fucking kidding?
I don't think he is.
Don't give that asshole anything.
Right. That's a negative on the additional funds, sir. Over. He says he's in trouble.
Well, I guess he'd better...
Vigmar.
Enough, officer. This begging is below your dignity.
Anything else, sir? Over. Okay.
Wait. Before you say anything stupid, think it through. Be smart about this. Ask.
10-4, sir. I'm not hearing your question. That's a negative, sir. I got 10-12 visitors present here. Over.
Does he actually want something, or is he...
He asked if he ever told me about...
For God's sake, cut this shit...
Sir, satellite officer. So, was there anything else? 10-4.
Hold up, Jules. He doesn't...
Seems like...
No, fuck him. Don't tell him anything.
Sorry, sir. Anything more I can do for you? Over. Understood, sir. Over. Roger that. 10-10. Over and out.
18 kilometers to the south, in the 41st Precinct's relay booth, a small crowd has gathered around. The small room is filled with cigarette smoke, abuzz with laughter.
What is going on here?
What happened is my partner made contact, and it's not good. He's lost his...
Mac, the torso Torson, is finger-fucking his fist, laughing hoarsely and apparently telling some dirty...
Yeah, Mullen was fucked, alright.
Yeah, Mac's right. This was some gnarly shit there.
Enough! None of this is funny. It's fucking sad. That's...
We must help him.
Yeah? How do you fucking plan to do that, huh? Get him up...
I just know we can't give up on him when he's at his weakest. He wouldn't.
Mac, man the door. You know what he told me? I don't want to get better. I want to get worse. This shit does not leave this room. Not a word of this to the captain.
I guess I can hold off the report for a few days.
Good. Okay, everybody. Nothing...
Far north, on the other side of the motorway, the officer quietly hunches with his hand. The white suede feels luxurious under the top.
And a gatherer, feel like...
A simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes.
From another planet.
Hey, it's the jam, my man. It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo. For days upon days upon days. Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout. Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already.
Behind the laugh, however.
So tell me, what do you need? It's like, whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade set up, making demands, no wait. Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane in half the company? I forget what exactly. I've heard talk there's a company rep in town too. Like a strike negotiator type. They'd know what's up. Precise demands and so on.
Ah, yes, from the Wild Pines. We'll meet her soon enough, I'm sure.
They want to keep that money flowing in, my man. Ka-ching. Anything else? Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. Us lorry drivers. Cam, your nurse. You still hang around here waiting for this mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere to get drunk or high. Or laid. Not that I blame them, really. Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now. Thinking, reflecting, observing.
What's better than chasing transient pleasures? The more transient, the better. When one's ended, you can get onto the next one.
He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accountable.
It's easy to see he's telling the truth. He's kept his nose out of the dark stuff. The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
Oh, high-grade narcotics.
Time to arrest him.
Can't even get a few jokes past you, my man. I've got another haul of found cargo. Mostly, they usually get shipped to Grad and the Occident, though we've been making headway in the Il Moran market lately. We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The bosses won't be happy. This rockin' beauty. Sure is, like a rash you can't get rid of.
A motor lorry, also called a camion, on Caillou and neighboring islands.
Good eye, my man. Yup, she's an old one, but reliable. Me and her spent a long time together.
There it is again, a little touch of sadness beneath his cool. He thinks he's spent too long in this lorry. The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
Huh? The bosses, man. Yeah, it sure ain't good for me. Or you. I'd spare a coin or two for a city cop down in his luck. If I had, say, 4 myself. Don't be a stranger.
An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing toward the sea. It looks as if it's been A silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, "I am Philip III, the Squanderer, the greatest of..." Not a good track record of mental health in that family. Even by the standards of the Philippian kings, old sumptuous Philip was known for his profligacy. Well, he blew through the whole national treasury, starting the decline of one of the penultimate century's greatest superpowers. His own maladministration foreshadowed the fall of the monarchy. During the anti-centennial revolution, an end to his family line and the monarchy. Stories have it that he had his bedroom converted into a treasure chamber, where he stored, he called it the Sol Auron. It was obscene. There were whispers he slept on a huge pile of gold-dipped feathers, like some obese dragon.
The man certainly knew how to live.
But wait, you haven't even heard about his fabled cocaine addiction. You see, old Philippe wasn't just good at squandering the national treasury on gold and ceremonial weaponry. He was also a prodigious snorter of not just any nose candy, though. We're talking Royal Philippian Blow, allegedly twice as potent as the stuff you find nowadays, and purple. Philippian cocaine was purple. That's what the revolutionaries said 150 years later, right before they emptied out the royal mausoleum and dumped his cocaine. His Majesty's courtiers said it helped him connect with the higher realms beneath the cold waters of the Insulindian Bay, thrown there by the revolutionaries after they cleared. The original was blown apart by communards, then further damaged during the landing of the coalition's airships. During the turn-of-the-century revolution, most historians think the coalition's hasty landing may have ultimately saved the statue. If the communards had more time, they would have reduced it up to even finer pieces. Some years ago, a group of liberal, artistically inclined individuals, designers mostly, thought it would be. The statue is supposed to capture the moment it was blown apart, like an instant frozen in time. A rare butterfly trapped in amber, floating on a sea of... People in Martinez tend to disagree, as do many prominent art. Philip III, the squanderer, however, with his bronze face up in the air, doesn't seem concerned. A silver plaque on the... Not a good track record of mental health in that family.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with? We don't see a lot of police around here, that's all. Of course. What can I help you with? Of course. Where to? Oh, that...
She's relieved someone has come for it, finally.
No problem. Me? I am just a gardener. I am working. I have a greenhouse in the yard there.
There's discomfort. She stops mid-sentence.
As you already know, there's a corpse there.
Don't worry, miss.
Of course. I won't hold you back.
Her gloves. You get the feeling that you need them. You have a dead body to deal with after all.
Sure, keep them. I have another...
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center. Nothing happens after you ring the doorbell. They don't want to talk to you.
Kuno's got this.
If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid, then this is it.
Oh yeah, Nappa Gumpy, Kuno!
Can't talk, pig. Shit's coming up strong.
Shit coming up strong. That sounds good. Joyous. You should hang out with this kid and see what that... I mean drugs.
Yeah, Kuno, ride the lightning!
Kuno's riding it, see?
The rake, Kuno! You should throw...
The fuck does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener.
We shouldn't do anything. I don't tempt. You will see.
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen. You seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff.
Active decay. It's okay to throw up of his own.
He's about to blow! Cock's gonna blow, Kuno!
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here. Heavy workers' boots with reinforced toes, and isn't this something an industrial worker would wear?
Noted.
What do you think you are? A super detective? You're hungover. This trash container is locked. There's something in there, not necessarily connected to the cave. The body is downwind from here. Maybe you prefer the smell of garbage to the smell of...
Trash? Food waste from the cafeteria? They lock these containers to keep the derelicts from flocking. What do you mean, feel? We could try using a pry bar. The one you took from my motor carriage, or we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one.
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching our syrup. Sweet Lord, a whole hour. And you haven't thought about rum and lemonade in all that time? You've truly... Maybe you haven't turned out well for your drinking. Have you thought about that? Get a goddamn rum and lemonade to yourself, boy. Or Betty, what happened, man? You used to be cool. Get your drink on and your act.
Can I help you? Mine? No, it...
Thank you for clearing that up.
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And the...
I thought as much. And are you the only party?
Well, yes.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you. Okay then.
What do you need them for?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please. What thing? Yes, not the whole damn union, thank God. Just the... They come here in the evenings. Dumb, unruly types. Think they're big shit. But they're good...
He hates the union, but grudgingly recognizes its power over him. So he's directing his frustration at you instead. Retaliate.
I don't. I'm simply providing a service, or really facilitating the offering of...
We should find out who this Lord faction is, occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need info. We don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later. Men get hurt.
What?
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the Whirling later.
Hello, sweetie.
Wait, who's Sweetie?
Why, you are, officer. And have you found anyone to be sweet to? You rascal. I'm too old for you.
Your advances haven't thrown her off one bit.
You must forgive me. I'm getting so... I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when...
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
Yes, officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But surely things can't be that bad. You know where we are, right? That's right. And where is the Whirling in Rags cafeteria itself? We're in the city of Revachol, dear. How would I even begin to tell you? Revachol is the... I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Revachol is a rare jewel. Speaking of history, you know what year it is. That's right, dear. How splendid. Here, take...
Her relief is palpable. She was getting pretty well.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government? Oh, sweetie. It's really not. There used to be people who thought that way. Other people who wanted... Revachol is a zone of control led by an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have almost no government of our own, and certainly...
But they still have cops.
Oh dear. And you were doing so well. There aren't any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break.
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
You were doing quite well up until the end there. It does...
A sigh. The lieutenant...
But maybe a fresh set of eyes is what the world needs. And while I'm no doctor, such bouts of amnesia are often temporary. So, someone more educated in sweeping...
No. I'm not an encyclopedia.
Of course. Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe? Of course, dear.
With a matrix of nothing happens after you ring the doorbell. They don't want to talk an off-key melody.
Kuno, please stop calling here. Grown-ups don't have time for your stupid games. Oh, I'm sorry, officer. I thought you were... But the doorbell is broken, and the bookstore shouldn't even be on the list anymore. So
A single beep indicates that the line has gone dead. This button looks new, but...
This button looks new. It's probably not connected yet. Yes? What do you want to know? Maybe you can tell me what you do know to help. Do you want me to brief you? 3 days ago, the RCM emergencies desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. A security guard or worker of some sort hired by Wild Pines. This was just here. They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. That's us, the Revachol Citizens Militia.
The RCM or the Revachol Citizen Militia is the police force you and him are part of. A self-organized Peace Corps of the occupied city of Revachol. The RCM operates within a legal twilight, yet its authority...
Just to be clear, we are police officers. It's our job to find the killer. That's the case. Uncover and arrest the killer. I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a...
His disdain is clear. This...
You don't know? I assumed you were in on it. Better still than an imbecilic cop-off. It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If you want my take, ask me after we've inspected. Later. Was there anything else you wanted to know about the case? Good.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says... This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, "Whirling in rags."
Kuno, the pig's getting pretty. Looks like it's time for me to go, Kuno. Pig's come to take. I'm going away for a long...
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
I come from the woods, good Davidu. You don't want to go there with me.
Don't be traumatizing it. Can't you see I'm throwing rocks? The fuck are you?
He's calling us Kuno. He says we're fucking each other.
All right, entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. What you got there? What you got, huh? Shitload, pig.
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno.
If I were to want to waste my time, which I do not, I would ask them who he is, how he got there, and the usual.
Just a couple of pigs sniffing around.
Yeah, you tell the faggoty.
Kuno's fuck imp. Kuno uses the fuck imp for target practice. Probably climbed. Kuno was busy down... You heard Kuno. Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno wasn't in Revachol. Kuno wasn't regional. I don't know. Some fucking... Mesk or I don't know.
There is no Night City anywhere. That sounds like the name of a city in...
Why you gotta be riding Kuno's ass? You haven't been... You wanna know where Kuno was?
Don't tell him that.
It's not fucking lame. Kuno's building Kuno's City. Night City.
Lame.
That's the name of Kuno's City, bitch. Get the fuck off Kuno's back. This shit ain't about that. You're testing...
Get lost,
Right, Pig? This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. Fuck do you want with it? Look at that fucking shit! You're trying to get Kuno killed! Fuck does Kuno know? Kuno's not a fucking actor.
The lieutenant takes a quick...
It's a trap, Kuno! Don't climb it, Kuno!
Dunno. Kiptas Gardener used to work there.
Kipt is a pejorative term used to describe people of South Seminese or Erie-Uppergite descent. It used to...
Look, Kuno doesn't explain shit. Kuno just says shit.
Yeah, her.
Don't be wondering about Kuno's shit, Pig. Fuck does Kuno care about your hunch? That's your Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. Kuno's Kuno, Pig? The fuck are you calling it?
He looks slightly confused, but proud he came up with that retort. But right as...
Watch out, Kuno! He's trying to fiddle you! He's gonna put his hands on you! Help! Pig's got Kuno! Help! Rape!
Help! He's got the Kuno, help! Yeah? Get out of here before the...
Yeah, that's right. Drag your fat ass out of here, fat...
Bang! Got fucked by the Kuno.
Can I help you? Another thing. Great. I love that. What are you, a cook now? That's none of your business. He wasn't pan-fried. He was lynched. Fine. Okay. The kitchen is closed until 1 p.m. because the cook is working. You can snoop around after that. Yes?
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body... There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body... This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, with a well-oiled crack, the lock pops open. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't. There is, but you won't like it. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
You see milk and egg. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below, among the threadbare kitchen towels. As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspin.
The victim's clothes? Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, drop them in here, officer. Guitar-marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too. The belt is missing. That's...
Something slimy catches your eye. A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of...
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye.
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash. The lead was...
The fuck's he on about, kids? You hear that, Kuno?
See?
The lieutenant nods. It's just organic waste. Nothing. What's this? A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers.
Officer, is that your... It is. Look. The plastic has the RCM street grid on it. If you don't mind my asking, how could you have let your paperwork end up in the trash? Well...
His eyes express a rare condolence.
Lucky we found it. You should take stock of what remains, just to be sure some has not made it into the hands of the RCM's advert. It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see.
Some items, such as the ledger you found, are interactable. Go to your inventory and select the Interact tab to read your paperwork.
You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the yellow, only in its...
You've acquired an interactable item.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's a metaphor. Below the pathetics, terror. Do not look into its blue heart. It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want. Still wet, the toilet paper peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off with your finger. An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing. The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's...
What? That thing. It's a halogen watermark. We use it for adding information to RCM property. It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my...
How many years you've been on the force, he's thinking. It'll have that.
Any capable light with the right wavelength. All RCM vehicles have had lights designed to reveal halogen watermarks.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just...
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clip. They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol and covered in dense blue. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files commit to paper." The case files themselves are work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number. It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average.
Huh? 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start. 2? That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me. It's okay. We all make mistakes.
God knows I've made my share. He tries, like a fan of girls, the checkered papers dry in your hand. The handwriting. Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number. A title, one might say even. One that draws inspiration. Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square. Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location. And the murder at the hoop. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together.
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene? Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, so do I. It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM. Right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to... Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one... the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. I pray his loved ones never find out. Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
There is, for precisely one. The tasks you've completed flow out of the kind green ape pen in a brash freehand similar to the rest of the letter. Inspect, interview the cat. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place. A satisfying slash. Things to be done and things already.
No, actually. Any ideas? Great. That's great. That's actually what I was... I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now. Yes, you can piece them together using the alphanumeric code on the margin. It always begins with HDB 41. Then, date of initial. Why, yes, every last alphanumeric in the files begins with it. And these are your case files. It's safe to say HDB are your initials. That is improbable. It takes about half an hour to piece one together, using the system you've devised. Where do you want to start? Not much has changed. In the back, you see thin, translucent copier paper. Some neon yellow. Then rip them from the binder and hand them out. 3. The topmost are misconduct fines. The middle ones, you don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police work. The rest of the stinking cellulose